Welcome back. Last time we finished with certain pro-lifers arguing that 4D imagery and ultrasound techniques revealing fetal development is greatly assisting the pro-life cause, and utilizing an incrementalist strategy might very well assist the pro-life cause in this regard.
I agree that new electronic imagery helps prevent the fallacy that the abortion issue is about informed blobs, but one might also argue that if the use of fetal imagery works, so too would shocking imagery of aborted fetuses, but incrementalists on the whole have a taste-based aversion to that strategy. And there are ethical reasons behind their reticence and the incrementalist issue itself, but that argument is for another day.
Or they can read the arguments at ontheSideOfTheAngels.blogspot.com. But please continue. You were saying pro-abortion strategy has moved on from arguments based on fetal development.
Oh, they still utilize such arguments, but their main tactics now revolve around two principles, the Judith Jarvis Thomson Pharisite argument and one which I will deal with here.
Which is,
ironically, that the fetus would want to be aborted.
You're not serious.
Perfectly serious.
Please explain.
There is a new secondary appeal to human rights, which is, ironically, older than the feminist one, except it previously had a less congenial name, the right to fetal dignity. Now this principle has been pervading the halls of ethical academe for over a generation, but it's slowly inveigling its way into the public forum, and is going to be a significant weapon used by the pro-abortion activists to argue for the elimination of those children who would be born deprived of these rights,
which are
to be born free, to be born healthy, to be born into a safe and secure environment, to be born wanted, to be born with all the mental and physical capabilities to engage in personal development/flourishment comparative with one's peers.
But these all sound worthy causes.
Yes, they do, don't they? Until you unpack what is truly being said, and looks behind the curtain at what's truly being argued. A child having the right to be born wanted sounds admirable, but what about the rights of an unwanted child?
Yes, I see.
Do you see the irony? This so-called agenda for rights of the unborn is actually a eugenicist's manifesto. Pro-choice activists are slowly realizing that biological equivocation and mendacity regarding fetal development is rapidly being disproven via 4D imaging, etc., that in this realm of battle for rights, the so far predominant, overriding rights of the woman to self-determination regarding her own body might lead to potential legal appeals to rights of post-viability, and ultimately post-self-reflective sentience within the fetus, countermanding a woman's rights.
So the next pro-abortion strategy will be appealing and promoting the right to dignity for the unborn.
They're already trying to get it as part of UN legislation.
Along with abortion as a universal right, there will be an accompanying eugenic right to fetal dignity.
One already witnesses this ideology more in the social services and government policies, increasing removal of newborn children from drug-addicted, homeless, mentally unstable or unfit mothers. Those being sterilized or being forced to abort the children under the rules of the Mental Capacity Act. Those denied access to their frozen embryos after a marital breakdown by HFEA guidelines ordering embryo destruction. One can see it that one of the first policies of the West when it comes to areas of armed conflict in the developing world is to immediately send in the mobile abortories.
So we come full circle. The moral arguments for promoting abortion will move from aborting for our own benefit towards the new eugenic ideology of aborting for their own benefit.
The prevailing mantra will become, nobody would want to be born unwanted by their parents, or into financial hardship, or the insecurity of war, ill health or mental incapacity. Move further along this slippery slope, and an extension of this paradigm will rapidly become a mandate for only certain individuals being deemed fit by the state to have children, with abortion becoming mandatory for those not fitting that criteria. We have already witnessed enforced abortions occurring within the remit of the Mental Capacity Act, 2005.
Yet now how does the incrementalist pro-life strategy, which is grounded on a fetal development/abortion limit reduction, deal with this new principal strategy of the pro-abortion lobby?
The plain and simple answer is, it can't.
Because it's neither grounded in nor designed to address the philosophical principles involved on this new battlefront.
But Solidaritism is.
So not only was incrementalism questionable in the previous situation, where the fight was over time limits, in this new arena of human rights, an incrementalist strategy is utterly untenable.
And an exercise in futility. The pro-abortion lobby wishes to move the goalposts, change the arguments and appeal to human rights. Only Solidaritism can even begin to counter this. For incrementalism was designed around redressing a fight dealing with the abortion limit and arguments of circumstance justifying abortion. To even consider using an incrementalist strategy against appeals to human rights or appeals to personhood would be akin to attempting open-heart surgery with a spanner. Solidaritism is an all-purpose universal strategy. Perhaps because it involves no moral compromise.
No exception, no compromise seems the only way ahead.
I wish some people would realize it before it's too late and quit being part of the problem. Incrementalists must realize that they are morally wrong, strategically wrong, and wrong in their increasingly vitriolic attacks on those pro-lifers appealing to principles of solidarity and refuse to negotiate through compromising, through becoming a modern Caiaphas, and the selling out of some lives to save others.
I've no doubt we'll return to this issue very soon, but in the meantime, thank you.